Okay, so I hope you guys are doing good and good morning. Once again, if you're watching live on Facebook and you want immediate answers to your questions, this is going to be more of a Q&A day. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Uh, we've done a lot. As you guys know, I'm in my splint right now from my surgery, but everything's going great. Just sitting around thinking about you guys, really. Anyway, so good morning to you all. Hi, how are you guys? Um, and We're going to allow you guys to have the questions today. More of an AMA or Ask Me Anything. Hey, Louise, how are you? Teresa, what's going on? Once again, if you want questions, I'm going to be on the YouTube page looking at the stream of what you guys write. So if you have questions, go watch me on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook, but I don't get to Facebook questions as quickly because I can't do both at once. Hi, how are you, Cody Lee? I hope everything's going good. So basically, to talk about some of the upcoming stuff, what made you pick Hendersonville? First question of the day. What made you pick Hendersonville? Okay, so I don't know if you know the history of Hendersonville. Johnny Cash used to live here when Johnny Cash was in Nashville and he was a big time. He didn't want the hustle and bustle of the city, so he moved out to Hendersonville, made Hendersonville what it is today. Taylor Swift is from here. But when Johnny Cash moved out here, Roy Orbison followed him. My friend used to own Roy Orbison's old house. And I moved here because I don't ever want to live downtown in any city, as you guys can guess why. So I want to live on the outskirts so I can immediately get in town if I need to do a job and then pull out and get out. Like Orange County. I lived in Orange County. Orange County wasn't a real big city as it is today. When I was younger, it was more, very suburbs and outside Los Angeles. I went into LA, I did my job, and I came home. And that's how I like Hendersonville. It's booming and it's turning into its own little city. It's getting a little bit crazy. So my wife and I are thinking about moving out a little bit further from Nashville to more country, less people. I mean, that seems to be the trend, right? But we still fellowship and associate with many people all the time. I could still get into the city and film a restaurant. I could still come in and do what I need to do. Hendersonville's starting to get a lot more restaurants. I mean, there's a lot more coming. Good morning, Laura. How are you? Thanks for what you do. I appreciate your help always. Just like now, people live in Brentwood but work in Nashville. Yeah, Brentwood, I'm not going to insult Brentwood, but I'm going to tell you Brentwood, Tennessee is like Newport Beach. Okay, just to kind of classify everything, where Hendersonville's more like Anaheim or more like Buena Park, where I was in California. But Brentwood and Franklin, those places are more like South Orange County, if you guys know California that well. Morning, everybody. Let's see. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see you from Gilbert Glen, Knoxville. Awesome. Welcome to the show. Did you have any mishaps with the episode where you deep fry the turkey? No, I did not. You need to be very careful. The number one thing about deep frying a turkey, it's the best way to have turkey. Over smoked, over anything else, deep frying a turkey, to me, has been number one in my book. I can only speak from my experience, okay? I had no incidents. The most concerning issue is frozen. If any part of that turkey is frozen, when it hits that boiling oil, you're going to have a mess. It's going to freak out. It's going to take off. You got to make sure the turkey is completely thawed. You're going to pat it down and dry it out, okay? A great way to dry out a turkey is to get it completely thawed, then put it in the put it in the fridge for a day, and it will dry out the meat a little bit. It will pull the moisture out of the exterior. So anything you're not catching will come out on its own. If that's the case, I'm never going to Newport Beach. Yeah. So anyway, um, like remember the show 90210? Yeah, that's kind of Newport Beach-ish, or the OC. Remember that? Yeah. There's a lot of the OC that doesn't get represented. There's a lot of Tennessee that doesn't get represented. So it just seems like the South seems to always be, South Orange County, South Nashville. If you go south, you get into a higher demographic, whether it's pay wise, living wise, and everything else. Good morning from Jersey. I love people from Jersey. You know why? Because they know it's not new anymore. They never say New Jersey. You know that Lori is truly from Jersey because she says Jersey. She never goes New Jersey. It's just not. I mean, New York isn't new anymore. It should just be called York. But anyway, but Pennsylvania's got dibs on that one. So, do you play fantasy football, Jack? Yeah, I'm not in the mood for playing any fantasy football. I do it every year, but I'm not doing it this year. So this will be the first year in like 10 years I haven't done it. There's no reason because I'm not watching sports anymore. It seems that sports likes to use it as a political platform. So until they pull the politics out of sports and they stay in their lane, which is my phrase, stay in your lane. If you're the Dixie Chicks, sing country music and shut up. Do what you do best. That's all. So that's like me doing how to change your oil on your car on the cooking show. I don't want to do that. So that's why I stopped doing the Saturday videos because I was starting to veer out of my lane. I was talking about how to do YouTube. I was talking about marketing on social media. I was trying to teach you guys what I know, but it was kind of out of the lane of the show. So we put a halt to that. And we're staying in our lane. And that's what I recommend everybody do. How's my foot doing? The foot is doing great. I've had less pain after they cut up my foot and replaced the tendon. Less pain. I've never taken a pain pill. I had more pain before the surgery. Isn't that weird? That is crazy. I've never heard that. Where do you recommend to buy firearms? Buds. It's a website on the internet. Is like the number one firearms dealer. Prices are the best. I haven't seen anybody beat Buds, but I haven't really shopped for firearms. I've got my firearms. I don't need any more. I've only got one good working hand. So basically, I'm going to be changing from my Glock to a 38, I think, revolver. So basically that the gun can be fired without chambering, because I could chamber. I could hold the gun with this hand. I can grab, just like I grab my scooter with this hand. You'll see in some upcoming videos that I've showed you, I'm sitting on the scooter because I can't film standing up. So what's the scooter? The scooter is that thing that people who have their leg worked on, they put their knee on it and they roll around the house. Well, you can also sit on it and scoot around. And that's the only way I can get around in the house right now. Can't walk on it. So, but everything's beautiful. I'm in less pain than I've ever been in the past 2 years. So I'm very excited. What do you recommend? Wait, please advise me. I must have missed your question. What's a good starter for what? One more good boy. I missed your question. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can find his question. No. Can you repost your question again? What's a good starter for what? What do you think about cancel culture? I'm not sure what cancel culture is. Sorry. I'm not up on everything. I apologize. What's the perfect consistency for a French onion soup? Thick and creamy. For me, I don't like it. The French onion soup I did on my video was close, but it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect. Oh, starter gun. What do I recommend as a starter gun? I recommend a 9mm for, if you don't want to have to worry about, a lot of people, hot means when you chamber, you have to chamber. You have to hold the gun and then pull the top back to load a bullet. Okay, that's too much time. A lot of ladies don't want to be doing all that. A lot of ladies, it's easier to use a revolver. So a revolver requires no chambering. There's nothing. You don't have to worry about it. You just pick the gun up and protect yourself. And but what do I recommend? I recommend that you take classes, safety classes. I recommend you learn about the gun. I recommend you clean your gun. I recommend that you're just be sure you're knowledgeable about what you're doing. If you're the only one in the house, I don't worry too much about locking it up. But like when Jack Jr. was smaller, our gun was at the top of a bookcase he could not reach. We never told him. He never knew it was up there. So anyway, so that I recommend a 9mm if you're okay with chambering. If you have see, my guns are hot, meaning they're ready to be fired. They've already been chambered, and the safety is on because you just ain't got time. I mean, the other person can attack you and hurt you way before you can get the bullet chambered. So, but if there's no safety, don't carry it hot. Don't keep it in your house hot. You have to have keep the safety on. The revolver is better for people who don't want to have to worry about chambering. So it's up to you. I say 9mm only for ammo because it's the most popular gun size, or it's a really popular size. I'm not saying there aren't more popular sizes, but if you're looking for ammo and you want to be able to purchase it anywhere, 9mm is, you can go with the Glock. You can go. I have a 9mm miniature, and they call them they're kind of smaller guns, but I got a mini 9mm that holds only 8 rounds in my truck, and I've got a full Glock in my nightstand. So bottom line is, so the question, let's see. You are right, 100%. Thank you. Jack is very knowledgeable. Thank you so much. You are very kind. I appreciate that. I try to stay educated, but please, once again, I can't explain to you. You have to take course out here if you want to carry. It's a concealed carry permit. And even if it's legal to just have it and show it out or whatever, everybody should be educated. My hunting courses were 8 hours. It took me like 2 days. You could stop on the internet and come back and finish your class. And it was the most I've ever learned about. I didn't even know. There were things I didn't know. I didn't know the way the bullet was made, the way it works, everything. I didn't know what the parts of a gun were called. I mean, I really didn't know a lot. So if you learn one thing, that's one smarter thing moving ahead. Just do your education. Once again, I mean, let's see, Jack has a gun. He is crazy. No, I'm not crazy. No, I mean, even my friends in California are taking care of themselves. Please. It's funny because everybody wants these laws about guns. Guys, criminals don't follow the laws we've seen. I mean, they've got to do everything and they get away with it. So if somebody comes into my house to take my gun, they're not taking my gun, they're taking my life because they're going down for trying to enter my house. It's not happening. So that's the bottom line, because when push comes to shove, it's my time to go. It's my time to go, Let's see. Good morning, Rancho Cucamonga. For many years, I thought Rancho Cucamonga was a joke. I thought it meant like when people say BFE. Okay, I thought it was just it was a phrase. I did not know Rancho Cucamonga was a real place until I got older. It was crazy. I was recently diagnosed as a victim. Okay, so that's good. So good morning. Yep, good morning. Some Americans seem really paranoid. Do you really feel like there's always danger right around the corner? Can I ask how much you think about it on a daily basis? I don't, it's weird because we have guns here. We don't think about it at all. I mean, if you went to my church and asked them how many people have a gun, there's like 50 people. 50 people. I would never shoot up my church. You would be Swiss cheese within seconds. It's crazy. So when you're It's different when people know that you can have a gun on the premises. There's less. I believe it's like when a criminal looks and sees that you have a security system. They'll just go next door. They'll just go to a house that has no security system. So, and here's a little tidbit. I mean, many of you probably already know this. I've done this and I've proven this. This works, but I I borrowed a friend's security sign, put it in the front lawn. I didn't have a security system, but it said I did. It said I did, and I must have got like 5 offers for people to switch out my security system. Like, no, I'm happy with what I got. Everybody thought I had it because the sign was right in the front. So if you can get a friend's extra, they get extra signs. You can order extra signs, stickers, and all that. Put it all over your house. If you can't afford a system, do that until you can afford a system. I recommend you always have a system, but I'm not sure how great security systems really are, other than cameras that record and you can ID people. That's worth it. But like if someone breaks in your house, they got a good 15 minutes in your house before anybody even shows up. That's the deal. If anybody shows up. So no, I don't think about. I'm not paranoid, and I don't think about people here. Just know we got a weapon, and we're not worried. We don't think about it. So I'm less paranoid because I have a weapon in the house, and I'm trained, and I know how to use it. I watched your entire series of Barbecue Wars and was curious. Was curious what food wars you have next. I would love to watch them. I've done taco. I'm not really touring because everything's crazy. But I am planning still, and I'm not sure when exactly, but in September, I want to go to New Orleans and do a short little tour in New Orleans for the best. It's going to be Cajun Food Wars. We're looking for the best jambalaya. We're looking for the best Cajun. We're going to try the beignets. We're going to see who does it best. Are you getting a PlayStation 5? Of course. What is the best cheese for grilled cheese? Gruyere. Gruyere is my favorite cheese. It is really good. It's got a very distinct flavor, and it's not like stinky like Munster, but it is really good. So you have fun with that one. Try that out. That's pretty fun. Favorite places to eat in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Sticky Fingers. There's a barbecue place called Sticky Fingers. I did it on the Barbecue Wars tour. It didn't win, but it was really good. I mean, it was a decent place. If you like barbecue, it was good. You also have if you like moon pies, it's like chewing on a sponge. If you like moon pies, the first moon pie store with double filling and everything is in Chattanooga too. So moving there this fall from California. Oh, that's a good idea on the security system side. Hi, Jack from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Hi, how you doing? I love my friends in Chattanooga. I love my friends in Knoxville, my friends in Gatlinburg. This is a fun state. This is a beautiful state. And it's cool because you can go to Chattanooga and check out the museums and stuff. And it's completely different. Chattanooga is different from, it's funny when we're talking about food, you got Memphis. Oh my gosh. Beale Street is a lot of fun. It's beautiful. If you've never been to Memphis, Tennessee, they're famous for their ribs. Okay. So go there, and Rendezvous is really good in Memphis. Then you go over to Nashville, and they're famous for their Nashville hot chicken. So Hattie B's. Then you go over to Chattanooga. They're famous for moon pies. That's where it started. So they're the first moon pie store. Then you go to Knoxville, and they got the UT fans there. It's kind of a college town. But then you go over to Greenbrier, a little bit further, or not Greenbrier, excuse me, Gatlinburg. You go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, all that. They're all smashed together. And you got Dollywood over there, so you can go spend the holidays. It's like spending the holidays at Disneyland. Devil dogs or Twinkies. Don't eat any of that. I can't really say. Sorry. Come have a Philly cheesesteak, Jack. I'd love to go to Philadelphia and do cheesesteak wars there. So we're working on it. Hang on a minute. Excuse me. So anyway, does don't discriminate northeast eats. Jack, come visit. Prince's Hot Chicken in Nashville. Prince's Hot Chicken is the originator hot chicken. That's where the story started with the Prince's family. There's a story behind it. Cheesesteak Wars sounds amazing. I would love it because there are certain ingredients, and I'm not sure what you guys tell me what you think the ingredients. Hey, CJ, what's going on? Hey, man, maybe in a few weeks we'll run into each other at the movie theater as soon as they pull their pants up and open the doors. That'd be great. So anyway, because we're dying for movies again. There's nothing. I mean, we're running out of stuff to watch on TV. It's just getting really, really crazy. So maybe I'll see you again at the movie theater. That'd be cool. Okay, chocolate cake or yellow? I would say chocolate cake. Yeah, Jack, never forget. All right. No, and we're not going to be talking too much about politics today. So let's see. Never heard of sugars. No pants required. That's great. All right. Have you been to Sugar's? Oh, yes. I hear Sugar's Ribs is better than Sticky Fingers. When I left, somebody told me you should have went to Sugar's. There's a barbecue place in Chattanooga called Sugar's. There's another one called Sticky Fingers. I hear they're both really good. I know Sticky Fingers is good. They have a line of sauces at Kroger. Just go to the barbecue sauce aisle. You can see a lot of the restaurant sauces are there. Star Wars or Battlestar Galactica, please. Battlestar Galactica. Oh my gosh. I don't even think they know who their parents are. Anyway, it's definitely Star Wars the whole way. Do movie reviews on Jack on the Go. You know, I have my brother. You guys remember Epis and Frank, right? So my brother Charles, him and I wanted to do a channel called Reviews of Movies We Haven't Seen Yet. And we were just going to do movie reviews off the trailers. We were going to, I mean, if you watch a trailer, you can pretty much guess how good or bad a movie is going to be. You could tell. Have you ever watched a movie trailer and said, okay, I guarantee, like an Adam Sandler movie, poor Adam, like every other movie he does is horrible. He has the same with Will Ferrell. There are certain people from Saturday Night Live or the comedy world or whatever that half their movies are good. And it's like a hit and miss. You guys know what I'm talking about. Billy Madison was okay. Happy Gilmore was amazing. Happy Gilmore is a classic. So what brought that up? I totally lost track of that. So anyway, you guys know the stars that half their stuff, like Jude Law. Jude Law has a joke about his career that all the movies he does don't do very well, but he's an amazing actor. It's crazy. We don't get it. How come Jude Law isn't bigger than he is as an actor? But he should be a lot more leading roles. The guy's an amazing actor, but whoever his manager is picks movies that don't quite get off the ground or do well. There's other good places, but my feed keeps getting interrupted. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm plugged into my internet, so I don't know if it's my feed or your feed. Let's see here. I pitched an idea. Oh, Deuce Bigelow 3. That's great. Jude Law won't bend the knee to them. That's why. I don't know about that, but he is an amazing actor. Who are your favorite directors of all time? Scorsese. Sorry, guys. Martin Scorsese is a genius. His eye is really good. I'm not a big fan. I was a big fan of Spielberg in the early years. I truly believe he don't have much going on. James Cameron, John Hughes. I think those are all good. Bubba Gum, what's going on? Let's see. Sega or Nintendo? Nintendo. Why? Probably because Nintendo's still alive and kicking. Nintendo's doing great. They got the Switch going. they're still putting stuff out. So anyway, Sticky Fingers is good. Yes, it is. I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever had, but man, that would be a go-to place all the time. Yeah. What's the best part of Tennessee for you since moving from California? The best part of Tennessee. Best part. I would have to say Tennessee's not as controlling as California. It's like California and New York compete to see who's crazier. And they come up with the craziest laws and restrictions and everything. Like in California, they fire people for mentioning the word God. When I heard that, I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what? It's time to check out of here. That's basically when we changed our minds, when we were told that you get fired for saying that word. I hear people use the F word right in the middle of the office. They shouldn't be doing that. Who is winning the Stanley Cup? Don't care. Not in the hockey. Even with the Predators and everything. And if I had to root for anybody in hockey, it would be the Ducks. Any more Disney recipes? There might be one more. Let's see. That's not sure how many good malls. Yes, the Opry Mills Mall is a good one. Dave's Spiced Right Barbecue is awesome too. It's in Georgetown, not far from Chattanooga. Bacon ball on a stick. Never heard of that. Sounds tasty. Let's see here. So, yes. Have you played The Last of Us 2? Jack Jr. is playing it or has played it. Jack Jr. can go through a game in a day. It's unbelievable. He's crazy, but he's good. He's crazy good. So I know he was playing it, but I don't know if he's playing it now. You guys want to call him? Let's call him. He's right upstairs. Let's just ask him what he's playing right now. I don't know if he's gaming. Let's see what he has to say. Hold on. Hey, man, are you playing right now? Okay, so I'm broadcasting. Everybody wants to know if you played The Last of Us Part 2. Okay. And I'm going to put you on speaker. Just so you know you're live, so be careful what you say. Anyway, you finished Last of Us Part 2?
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. So you recommend people buy it?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the next game you're looking at?
I don't know. Right now I'm playing 2K. Just came out for free on the PlayStation Store, so I'm playing that with some of the youth students. But I might just stick with Call of Duty and 2K until God of War, another big game like that, comes out.
There's another Assassin's Creed coming.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not big into Assassin's Creed.
Oh, my brother Charles loves Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's his spiel. I'm more into the competitive scene.
Okay, so you're hanging with Call of Duty till. Is there a God of War coming?
Yeah, it's supposed to be in 2021.
Dude, I might watch you play that one.
It's gonna be awesome.
That's an amazing game. All right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. If you're taking a nap or something.
Yeah, I love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I guess there's a God of War coming. So yeah, he's just doing Call of Duty to get by. Let's see. Oh, by the way, Jack Jr. Got legally married last weekend, and Jack Jr. is, as you guys probably saw on my social media. And by the way, if you're on Facebook, you need to come and you want your question answered immediately or after the show. I'll answer the Facebook questions. I can't be at both places at once. So you can hop over to YouTube stream, and we're getting a lot of your questions from there. So Jack Jr. got married last weekend. They're going to celebrate it, meaning they're going to have the ceremony and the reception and everything. It's going to be in September, and then they're going to probably honeymoon next year. So God of Food Wars. That's great. God of War, if you've never played, if you're a gamer, God of War is an amazing, God of War, the last one, I think it was 4. or 3. I can't remember, but it was really, really good. You excited to be a grandfather? I have to tell you, no. I don't think about it. I don't even think about it. But will I be proud? Will I love it? Yeah. Will I love whoever his child is? Of course. I've been predicting a daughter first to him since like he was a teenager. I said, your first child is going to be a girl. So everybody write that down because his first child is going to be a girl. I've already called that one. But basically, let's see. The Last of Us 2 was pretty difficult. One later level was a real pain in the butt. I bet. Yeah, I heard there was a lot. That was The Last of Us is when Jack was kind of like in his prime of gaming. He was very emotional with The Last of Us Part 2. Some of the things that went on kind of moved him a little bit. What's a fun place to go in Nashville? Fun place to go. It depends. I mean, if you want a water park, you can go to. They got a water park. You stay at the Grand Ole Opry Hotel. They have their own like $90 million water park. If you like country music, you can go to the Opry, the Ryman Auditorium. If you like underground music, you can go downtown to any of the music spots. Here's what's cool about. There's always people trying to make it in the music business out here, okay? And they do showcases. So you get to see a lot of up-and-coming new people out here. I love that. I'm in the middle of The Last of Us Part 2. That's cool. Can Tammy say hi? Hey, Tammy? She said, hey, I don't know if you heard. Jack, try Toots in Nashville. I think that's a bar or something, right? Yeah, I'm way too old to do bar hopping. I've been in bars for DJing nightclubs my whole life, but I'm no longer going to bars and listening to music and stuff. But I would like to, honestly, I'd like to find a good jazz club out here. That would be cool. That would be awesome. I've had a desire to go listen to, or a country trio or a jazz trio, drinking coffee and listening to music, live music. That's a great combination. And I don't think they have anything. I'm sure they got something in that downtown, but there's nothing around where I live. She's my little buddy now. I'm so crazy about her. Are you thinking about moving again? If so, hello, brother. Hope all is well. Just checking out your questions. Are you thinking about moving again? And if so, where to? Well, do you drink alcohol, Jack? No. I cook with alcohol. I have no problem with cooking with alcohol. I love cooking with alcohol. I think they're amazing flavors when you partner it with certain foods, like beer and bratwurst and deglazing the pan with wine and all that stuff. So I'm okay with cooking. I love a beer in your chili. There are some really, if you take certain alcohols, they're great flavors to cook with, but I don't drink. Come to St. Louis, there's a lot of good jazz clubs. I bet. Yeah. So, moving. Let me go back to the moving. Hey, Tam. What are some places we've thought of if we ever left Hendersonville? No, we really haven't thought. Here's what happened. Why did we come to Nashville? Because this used to be our vacation spot. We used to come here on vacation and love it here so much that we never wanted to leave. So Tammy one day is like, I don't want to come back to Nashville unless it's to live. I'm like, okay, well, there you go. It's like living in Hawaii. It's like living in, wherever your spot is. Let's say Cancun, Mexico. It's like living in Cancun, Mexico. All your vacation spots. Bourbon barbecue sauce can be amazing. Yes, alcohol flavors. Put a Tennessee whiskey in your barbecue sauce. Use the honey Tennessee whiskey or fire Tennessee whiskey. I love those two flavors. Nashville is the fastest growing city, right? Yes, it is. It last time I heard it was. Come to Missouri, Jack. You'd love it here. Thank you. Hey, what is Missouri famous for food-wise? I mean, I know Wisconsin's got cheese. I can name many, many, many states that they're famous for something. I'm just curious. Missouri, I know it's the show me state. I mean, I think it is, right? But I don't know what you're famous for. So I'm just curious if you guys do food, something special. If Russia decides, no, we're not going there. Kansas City barbecue. Missouri's famous for Kansas City barbecue. Okay. Oh, that's right. Because you got Kansas. There's two Kansas Cities, aren't there? Aren't they like side by side? One's in Missouri and one's in Kansas. Am I wrong? But Kansas City barbecue is really good barbecue. It's as good as Memphis barbecue, and it's as good as North Carolina barbecue. And the Carolinas can do barbecue. St. Louis can do barbecue. Hey, Rohan, what's up? Hey, can you do? Hey, Jack, great to see you. Feeling better? Yes, I am. Thank you, Rohan, for asking. And I wanted to ask you a favor. Can you resend me that recipe that you sent me? I lost it and I need it again. I believe we were talking about doing baking powder chicken, I think it was, or something like that. I don't remember what the recipe we were discussing, but could you resend that to me, please? I need it. I'm glad you popped up. Glad to have you. Good morning. Indian restaurants or Middle Eastern restaurants for a change of pace. I try to go less Indian, more Middle Eastern. Middle Eastern, really, like my favorite one of my favorites is like Mediterranean. I really like the Mediterranean area, probably because my roots are from the Mediterranean area. Let's see, yeah, there it is, air fried chicken wings. Can you resend that? Thanks. You were the best. I appreciate it. He gave me a recipe on these. He taught me. We're going to try it out and see if it works. But we were talking about air fried chicken wings, and I'm doing I got an oven right by me, literally right by my leg. I have a countertop oven that we're going to be reviewing, and we're going to do those air fried chicken wing recipe. Rohan gave it to me, and I wanted to try it. And I believe baking soda is a new thing if you're an air fryer freak, because there's many of them out there. To make your chicken crispier, you put baking soda on the skin. We're going to talk about it more in detail in the video because I haven't done my research yet. So got to make sure, do you eat all the food you make or throw it away? I don't throw any food away. So if I can eat it, if it's bad, like a cake or something, I make a mayonnaise cake and I give it away. Thanks for the super chat, Rohan. Yes, Laura, thank you for bringing that up. So if it's unhealthy, bad dessert, whatever, I will give it away. Give it, bring it to Bible study. Let everybody try it out. If it's good, I will have it for that dinner, that lunch. I will have it for the next day for a meal. Will you be getting the COVID vaccine when it comes out? No. Sorry. So anyway, do you eat all the food? No, I already answered that. But don't California have a lot of fun things to do? And what's good about Nashville versus California? Oh, there's so many things good. The economy's better. The politics are better. Let's see, Rohan, just resent it. You are going to love it. Thank you. I'm going to be doing that for I hope it's okay. I'm going to be using Rohan's recipe for my counter. I think this air fries. If not, I'll do a separate video for you, Rohan, promise. Because it seemed like an interesting recipe. We got almost everything. Where'd you send it, Rohan, if you can just tell me? Did you send it Facebook or email or let me see. Hi, Jack. Came in late. How's the foot going? Foot's good. I did a recipe this week for Oreo brownies. Totally excellent. Great. That's really cool. A lot of good questions coming in. Do you believe in the lost city of Atlantis? Well, there, that trend went downward. guys. Thanks again. Yeah, Laura's right. Thanks again, Rohan. We appreciate it. Have you ever heard of Julian Solomon? No, I don't. You guys ask me about other channels. I don't watch. I've already told you I don't watch other cooking channels. Wait, explain why you won't be getting it. I don't know what that's referring to. Try to make your questions all inclusive. Chicken belongs in the microwave. So, yeah, this is going to be. I think this if this countertop oven does air frying also, I'm keeping it. I'm getting rid of my big 10.5 quart air fryer. You guys remember when I hated? You watch Joe Rogan. We'll talk about him in a second. You guys remember when I hated on air fryers? I hate the little tiny 2-quart ones with the big handle, and you could put like 4 French fries and 1 piece of chicken. That was useless. It wasn't big enough. I love the air fryers that are 10 quarts and above that you can cook for a whole family. Nobody wants to do rounds of air frying. It already takes long enough in the air fryer as it is. You should have to cook once. Oh, Facebook. Okay, after this, I'll go over there, Rohan. I appreciate it. I'll be looking for it on Hijack. I got that. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Favorite horror movie? You know, I really like the Purge series. I'm excited to see if another one's coming. I didn't like the last one. It kind of felt like it was leaning towards something else. It wasn't really just the Purge. It wasn't about the Purge. It was more. It was more. It just felt different than the rest. I have all the Purge movies. I like the Saw series. I like the. It's hard to say this with a straight face. So hold on a minute. All right. I like intellectual horror movies. That's all. So if I watch horror movies, they gotta have some thought. Nothing's worse than a girl running all in the dark by herself with high heels and she sprains her foot. Take your shoes off. Your life's in danger. I mean, there's so many things in horror movies that drive me nuts. But I usually don't watch horror movies all year until around Halloween. We'll be here at the door with the candy, and we'll do like a movie marathon. That's when I watch my horror movies. I see whatever's good that year, and we'll rent it. By the time Halloween comes around, it'll be on Redbox. What's on your music playlist, Jack? Okay, so the newest playlist I just signed up for is I got it. Thank you. The newest playlist is Yellowstone. I got their playlist. It's okay. But yeah, that's the latest playlist. We just watched first and second season. We're going into season 3 right now. Yellowstone's very mafia type Western, if that even makes sense. I mean, if you've watched Yellowstone, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. It's on the Paramount Network. I will tell you, Philo has the Paramount Network, but they don't let you go back to first and second season. So you're probably going to have to pay for it to catch up. So let's see. I'm like the same. I like the horror flicks that make you think. Yeah, I like the horror movies that there's some effort put into the story. It's a really good story, not just look, his eyes open, he's still alive. I also liked I think it was Countdown. It's called Countdown or something like that. The app that told you how long you had to live. Anyway, that was a good one. What happens when you air fry fruit? I don't know. You let me know, Bubblegum, how that works. Do you have let's see. Hold on a minute. Okay. Now, you guys always ask me, hold on, you just joined the Boys Club. Have fun in there. I don't watch other shows and copy them. So you guys can just hold on to those comments, because that's why I don't watch other cooking shows. I have friends that have cooking shows. I see their little ads on Facebook and they want you to watch their video. And, I don't. I don't, because I don't want to veer in that direction or copy their ideas or whatever. I like to come up with my own stuff, and it's better that way. If I keep that in mind, then if I accidentally do what somebody else has done, I'm completely free of it. So, hi, Jack. Finally made it to a live. Hey, welcome, Ann. Been watching your show for years. Love going back and watching your older videos. Yeah, there are classics. I may go back to some of the classics, like I did the Bacon Explosion too. I may go back to what was it? I may go back to rice pudding next. I'm thinking on going back to that one. I'm trying to go back to the one. I may go back to the deep fried turkey again. I don't know, but I'm trying to go back to some of the bigger recipes that I remember in the 12 years. There's some that are just tacos, and who needs to redo those? Candied bacon or deep fried Oreos? I would take the bacon over the Oreos any day. Does Tammy or your family find YouTube thing weird? I noticed that there's a lot of judgment toward people who do YouTube. We've been doing it so long that she gets used to it. She gets used to it because, like, we were filming at Courtney's restaurant, which I didn't get a chance to put it up this week, and I apologize, guys. Jack on the Go did not happen this week. It's been a busy week with my leg up and everything. It's been hard to get to the computer and do all my editing, but we did Courtney's, and literally somebody was sitting right next to us that watched the show. So, and he owns a hot dog stand, ironically. So I'm gonna have to review his hot dog stand just as a kind gesture. But he watches the show, and we started talking, and my wife is so amazing. She just not looking for political talk here, guys. And I don't want to put you guys. I like you guys. I don't want to put any of you in the boys' club. So Tammy will wait until we're done talking. We get approached all the time in supermarkets and restaurants, and hey, are you Jack on the Go? No. Oh, I mean, Tammy gets looked at too, and like, hey, I saw you on. I remember you from the Jack's Cooking Show, and so she's so polite. She's so wonderful. It's just a part of what we do. It's a part of the job. When I meet somebody that knows the show, I'm honored. They're the celebrity. I always take a picture with them and ask their permission to share it on social media, and they're my new friend. I love it. Would love to see your take on traditional Kuwaiti makbuz, chicken and rice. Not a rice fan. If you look at you can tell what I like, what I don't like, because in 12 years, I don't do a lot of rice. I have very few. I mean, rice pudding, that's a dessert. But do you believe in ghosts, Jack? I believe in the Holy Ghost. That's about it. Yeah, so that's the answer to that question. Hey, Jack, who is your favorite roaster? Colossal is crazy. I don't know the question. Rephrase that. Hey, Jack, who is your favorite roaster? Colossal is crazy, or I don't know what that is. I don't know, roaster. I guess those are two guys. I don't know. Does Jack Jr. have his own place? Not yet. He is almost at his goal. They have a goal that they're saving for, and he's almost at his goal. And his wife is almost out of school. She's getting her degree right now, and then they will have their own place. So, but I'll let you know when he leaves the nest. But basically, do you have any funny behind-the-scenes stories from West Texas Investors Club? I can tell you, when I was on TV, the West Texas Investors Club, the whole time they wanted me to say things that I didn't believe in, and I wouldn't do it. That's why I didn't get the investment, I'm sure. One of the reasons why. There are many reasons why. Like a lot of you saw me cry on the show, but the crying was because my mom passed away, and they were talking to me about my mom, and so I got emotional, and they cut that out and put it somewhere else, so it looked like I was crying about something else. You don't be talking about my mom, and so West Texas Investors Club would say stuff like, "Hey, do me a favor, act like you need our money, or you'll go under." It's like that you've got to have it, or your company will crumble. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I said that at least 40 times. It was unbelievable. They really did not like me on that show. The competition was rigged. When I had to compete against the barbecue joint, they had the customers of the barbecue joint voting, and I still came out even. So what they do, they got the city officials to break the tie. I'm like, I think I did pretty good with the customers who loved that restaurant voting for me Anyway, it's a whole long story. We're not going to get into it. But yeah, those are some of the behind the scenes stories. The reality TV feeds you a lot. Tells you, hey, can you be like this? Can you be like that? This looks good on camera. That looks good on camera. Oh yeah, we need to see more of this. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell people that something that isn't true. I don't need your money. That's what I told them. I don't need your money. I won't die if I don't get your money. Uh, TV is so manipulative. That's why I always say, like, real reality TV. You have reality TV, which is on TV. Then when you go raw, like on your phone camera, and show real reality TV, yeah, it's not real. They feed you lines. They want you to say things that you shouldn't. You just don't want to say. Any plans for cooking up some Indian food? I am going to be reviewing a chicken tikka masala sauce. I'm doing a whole lot. I'm going to review. There's a whole line of sauces that Kroger has that I'm hearing great things about. This Premier Select brand they have. Their line of sauces is supposed to be amazing. So I'm going to review those and tell you what. And that's one of them. It's a masala sauce. Wow, that is so crazy. Have you ever thought about suing the show? No. I'm not going to sue the show. There was nothing they did wrong. They just asked me to do things that I didn't want to do. So I'm sure that didn't go well with the producers. What are your thoughts on raw oysters? Love oysters. Raw, cooked, fat belly. I don't care. I love oysters. You're making my mouth water, bubblegum. Oh man, I go for some fried or Rohan just did a super chat. Thank you. I need to send you an Indian recipe too. Yeah. Do me a favor. Rohan, send me an Indian recipe that isn't Americanized, please. Send me a true Indian recipe that I can do. If I have to, I'll mail order the ingredients if it's stuff I can't get. But send me an Indian recipe that's a deep Indian recipe that people aren't really familiar with. I don't want to, if you order a burrito in Mexico, the Mexicans look like you're an idiot. You want a little burro? And I'm like, no, I want a burrito. And they're like, we don't have burritos in Mexico. That's America. You guys have completely changed Mexican food in America. Do you eat or like mussels? Dude, I eat everything. I don't eat liver, and I think that's it. If it doesn't move, I'll eat it. If it does move, I'll hit it hard till it stops moving, and then I'll eat it. Let's see here. My buddy's restaurant had a pilot for a Hell's Kitchen type reality show. It was crazy scripted. Just so you know, diners, drive-ins, and dives, they closed the entire restaurant. I spoke to one of the restaurants out here that did the video with not Greg, whatever, Guy Fieri. I've met Guy Fieri. He's okay. He walks around with an entourage. I'm like, really? I walk around with my wife. So anyway, I met him in Orange County. And so they close the whole restaurant. They bring in fresh food for everything, okay? And then they let the restaurant bring their number one customers back to film. And the people who absolutely love the restaurant show up and say great things about it. So it's all set up and everything. And it's funny, I'm not going to hit on Guy Fieri, but like 50% of what he does is wrong. 50% is not good, but 50% is good. So I have had amazing stuff that he's recommended, places in California and Tennessee, and I've had horrible. And it's funny because you get a big picture of Guy Fieri on the wall, and he signs in and all that, and I'm like, that's tough. Humble. I've been looking for a good shrimp boil recipe. You know, the one that comes in a bag with Cajun spices. Okay. I would recommend, if I was going to do a shrimp boil, I would look for, like, is there a place that can shrimp me a pre-bag, everything's in it? Or I would look at recipes. Do I like the recipe? Do I like what's in the bag? Do I like this company? Am I hearing good things about the reviews? Reviews are everything. Once you get past like the 15th, what? Oh, you writing them back? All right. Tammy says that we're sold out of barbecue sauce and teriyaki sauce. So we've removed barbecue and teriyaki from the website, and people keep ordering it. We don't understand why. Because we let you in the little box tell us what flavors you want, and we give you a choice. Nowhere in the choice is barbecue or teriyaki. We've removed it. And you guys, you might as well fill in tutti frutti because we don't have that either. So we have no more barbecue. We have no more teriyaki. We're not sure when we're getting more in. Tammy just wanted me to shout that out. I think YouTubers should get paid more than anyone on TV. They get more views. Have you noticed? I started thinking and I thought, well, if I was on a TV show, I would do 13 or 9 episodes and it'd be a whole season. And that would be it. Okay. I do my show year round, again and again and again. Was West Texas Investor scripted? It wasn't scripted. No, I had no scripts to look at, but I was instructed. It was instructed. I'm sorry about your mother and those idiots made you cry by talking about her. Yeah, it was very touching and emotional. I was reminiscing on because about what I learned from my mom, and I got emotional while talking about it. So it was a lot closer to her death. So I got upset, and they once again that upset me that they took that crying scene and applied it to something else. I'm like, okay, I get editing. I know how it works. You appear to be quite successful. Do you consider yourself a self-made man and the model of the American dream? No, I am. I don't. I always say I'm very blessed. I have I have enough money to provide for my family. We're taken care of, but we're not where you think we are. We're not. What I teach and tell everybody is do what you love. I don't care what it is. You like digging ditches, then dig ditches. You like emptying trash cans, empty trash, and you'll be the best at whatever you like. You love what you do. Do what you love. Okay. I mean, don't work in an office because it pays 17 an hour. Don't do that unless you love that type of business. Okay. And then the money comes, the positions, the climbing of the whatever you love, do it. So like when I got into radio, I was pouring coffee in the beginning. I was pulling commercials for the DJs, but within 3 months I was full time on the radio. So that's what I'm talking about. Stop doing what you don't love. There's too many people. You go to those seminars. How many people would like to get rid of their job? Would like to just be independently wealthy? And I'm just like, everybody raise their hand but me. I love what I do, and that's the first thing I promise. So I don't want to be rich. I know that sounds stupid. But I used to in LA when I was a manager of celebrities. I knew the rich. I used to go to work and they would park my car for me. I've I've gone out to meetings where my company paid $12 for a shrimp cocktail. I mean, it was crazy. The prices were unbelievable. In Beverly Hills, it was crazy, and that's not this. And they were miserable. I don't believe money is the. I mean, you just need enough money to survive. Have a roof over your head, food on the table, take care of your kids, send them to school, all that stuff. But I never wanted to be like mega rich. So, okay, do you like spicy hot jelly? I've had it once. We had ghost pepper jelly. Excuse me. It's good on crackers with cream cheese while watching football. Well, I won't be watching football this year, but we'll have to try that next time I come across spicy hot jelly, which is probably when I go to the Amish. The Amish have 100 jellies. If you've never gone where the Amish are, make a trip. They're so much fun. They have all the seasons you could dream up. Do you ship internationally? I'm sorry, we do not ship internationally. It's just, too wicked expensive. But like if you order one of my hats or my shirts, they print internationally. So that's different. They do ship. My merchandise company ships internationally. One of my favorite videos is Dunn's Barbecue in Kentucky. Why does that? Wait a minute. I've been there. Would love to visit that place someday. Oh yeah, you're talking about the video. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, that was a great little place. They only had 2 tables in that place. Dunn's Barbecue in Kentucky. I forgot about that place. That was a great little place, guys. It was family owned. It was just like I was going to somebody's house to go eat lunch. She's talking about my video. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I've been there. Of course I did. It was my video. What did you make for Tammy's birthday? No, we're going out for Tammy's birthday. We haven't done it yet. She wants to do possibly today or tomorrow. Tammy, anyway, Tammy loves sushi. So we're going to let her decide what sushi place she wants to go to. Sushi is really good. If you've never had sushi, you need to try it out. It's pretty awesome. Sashimi, the difference between sushi and sashimi is the rice. Sashimi is just the fish. It's more. What? What'd you say? I'm not being nasty. I'm being nice. My wife tells me before the show, she goes, don't be nasty. She goes, are you going to be nasty today? Are you going to be angry and all that? And I'm like, no, we're going to talk through it, I promise. So sashimi is without the chunk of rice underneath, and like sushi has the fish on top of the rice. So let's see here. When did you make it? Elon Musk is a dude who still loves what he does. But see, Elon Musk, if he loves what he does, and you make money, that's even better. I mean, you make gobs of money. That's great. But yeah, he's just one of a billion people. So I'm not sure exactly how to comment on that. That's great. He's making money at what he does. And that's how do you feel getting that first YouTube check? I didn't do YouTube to make money, so it really didn't affect me. I did YouTube to promote my barbecue sauce. If you guys know my story, I go look at the first videos, the early videos where I promoted my sauce. It was just a means to promote my sauce. I did not know it would turn into a show. I did not know I would make money at it. I did not know I would make more money at it than the sauce business. I mean, it far surpassed the sauce. And all I was doing, see, that's what I am talking about. Don't do anything for the money. It's not a good way. When I teach people YouTube, I say do it for the love. And I loved being in the kitchen. I loved talking about cooking tips. I loved that. And so when it took off, I got excited. I thought, wow, I get to do more of these. And so basically, when I got the first YouTube check, it was because YouTube doesn't pay until you get to like $100 or something. Then you get a check. And it gets wired into your account. There is no check. I didn't get a piece of paper that said, hey, no, when I got my play button, that was kind of cool. I got a play button for reaching like 100,000, and I'm about ready to hit 500,000. You get nothing for that. But if I ever get to 1 million, which, you know what, it doesn't matter. But when you hit 1 million, you get another one. When you hit 10 million, you get another one, I believe. I think a few people have 10. I don't know if anybody has 10 million. I'll check. My boys, they're 10 and 11, still talk about and love your pineapple chop video. Laugh out loud. We love to watch your old videos. You know, that's a thing on all my knife review videos. If I'm reviewing a knife, we got to cut a pineapple. We got to slice a pineapple. And Tammy hates it because it goes all over the kitchen and it makes everything sticky. But you know what? I didn't come up with that. That's what happened. Was the first one I did was the Miracle Blades 3, right? And in that infomercial that I was reviewing the knives, the guy does it in the video. Choo, and he slices it. And I thought, come on, that doesn't do that. And it did. I was shocked when it did, but it did. So I thought, that's kind of fun. That's a great little, it's like how people slice the tomato with one hand because the blade's so sharp. That's a thing. It's not my thing. or I will drop a tomato on a blade and watch it slice. There are different things. I like to cut up carrots. I like to cut up celery. The things we naturally do every day. Elon Musk is, let's see here. Got that answered. Let's go to some more questions. Ray. Hey, Ray, what's going on? Good morning. Have you made sushi on your show? Oh, wow. No, I have not. I heard you got to get those little bamboo things that roll up to make sushi. I've never done it. That's one of the things that scares me. That would go in the series Things That Scare Jack and put in a sushi video. I would have to bring in a professional to train me on the show, to show you guys me being taught on the show. And I would stand next to him. That's if I ever do sushi, I will do that. Happy birthday for her. Happy birthday, Tammy. She said, thank you. I hope you get to 1 million. You deserve it. Thank you very much. If you haven't already done so, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Laura. Do you like Clint Eastwood? You know, I heard like 2 movies ago for Clint Eastwood. He's a director now. He sometimes stars in movies, sometimes he doesn't. I think he's getting too old to star in them, so he's directing them. I don't know. He did a great thing, kind of like Ron Howard. Usually what you do is you graduate to a new position. So like, let's say I'm a singer, you should graduate to a producer and start producing other people. I have a dream. I want to build my own studio and produce other people cooking and podcasting. And I haven't told anybody this, but I'll have a studio where it has 3 different each wall. You know, one will have a kitchen we can film. One will have like a little Tonight Show set that we can film, and one will have a podcast set. And I will produce other people. But Clint Eastwood said he wasn't going to do it anymore, and he's still doing it. I don't get it. Okay, let's not start with the PCLMs again. I don't remember what that was. What are your favorite comedians? My favorite comedians. I used to like Richard Jeni till he killed himself. That was a bummer. I met him, and I had all his VHS tapes. Hey, Juana, what's up? So I met him, and I remember I had all his VHS tapes in my car. It was a hot day. They all melted. They all got warped and destroyed to where they wouldn't play anymore. And I told Richard Jeni, I said, I used to have all your concerts, but they melted. And he literally shipped me all brand new of all of his stuff. And then later on, he took his own life. The problem with true comedians is, my favorite is it Bill Burr? I think it's Bill Burr, right? Yeah, I think that's his name. I think, if not, correct me. Somebody will. Bill Burr is really good. I used to like Chris Rock. I thought he was very straightforward and honest, no matter who you were. But Bill Burr now is the new guy for me, who I watch a lot of his. It is Bill Burr. Yeah, he's really good. If you haven't watched Bill Burr, go on Netflix. He has a few shows on there. When is Jack Jr.'s wedding? It already happened. They'll celebrate it in September, but they legally got married on paper in their pastor's in our church. In the pastor did it over by the baptismal. They didn't have a wedding. They just got married with witnesses. They'll have the wedding sometime in September. When will you make your all-time favorite hamburger? I haven't done it yet, but I do have a hamburger coming up. It's the incredible Italian burger coming up. And then next one is the awesome Asian burger. We'll be doing that. But that's, I also like Tom Segura. I have not checked that out. I'll have to check that out. Tom Segura, I've not heard of him. And what ingredients should be in it? All the for the perfect burger, all the staples. It's going to be more like, it's going to come in the lines of like a jumbo and delicious burger, where they stuff the two patties together. It's going to be like a Juicy Lucy. Okay. 2 patties stuffed together with cheese inside, tomato, lettuce, onion. All your staples with the extras, the bacon, the gourmet cheese. It ain't gonna be crappy craft cheese. Um, and it'll be how to make the perfect burger. It's basically what it's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be a Hawaiian. I'm gonna get the larger. If I have to, I'll get the Sara Lee's. I don't care, but you got to have the larger. The Hawaiian rolls are more like slider rolls, and I don't like that. Does it make a difference if you buy expensive Traeger wood pellets or pit boss pellets from Walmart? Ann, are you ready for this? Okay, if you guys are into pellet cooking, I have heard lumberjacks #1. Every group I belong to, everybody says lumberjacks the best. So I have a video I filmed. It's done. I just need to edit it. It's all been filmed. I know the answer, but I can't give it to you right now. It is the Walmart Pit Boss. It's the Pit Boss pellets from Walmart versus the lumberjack pellets. Excuse me. Is there really a difference in pellet flavor? And I will let you know. I will let you know in the video. Okay. It was exciting to do because I've always wondered, well, this one's more expensive. Is it worth it? Does it burn better? Does it taste better? Does it cook faster? What? Anyway, that video is coming. So would you consider doing collabs with other food YouTubers? Of course, I've done it before. I have many videos. The Asian girl, Simply Bakes, I think. Something like that. She's a baker. She's doing really well, and I started with her back when she only had a few thousand. My rule is I won't do a collab with any YouTuber under 2,000 subscribers because I believe once you get to 2,000 subscribers, you're truly into it. You're truly committed and dedicated and working towards something. Too many people I've helped out, and they just don't do it anymore. And I'm like, I don't want to just be partnering with anybody. So I require that you have 2,000 subscribers. And other than that, I don't care. I'm impressed with 2,000 subscribers. I tell them, I go, do you know how many people that is? Do you realize I don't care what I have? What I care about is take those 2,000 people and put them in your living room right now. You know how crazy that is? That's a lot of people. You couldn't do it. Jack, do a collab with Chef John. I've called Chef John. I have his phone number. He's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. He's done well for himself. I'm happy for him. I'm not sure he's the type of YouTuber that I would benefit. I know I wouldn't benefit. He's bigger than me. So my goal is to help people, help others, give them a hand up, because it's good you still do collabs with people with 2K when you have so many. Nobody put their hand out for me, and I don't want to be that YouTuber. So I'm not looking for more subscribers. I'm not trying to partner with somebody huge. It'd be great if I get more. God bless me, the show, whatever. But my goal is to take what I've been blessed with and put it on somebody else and grab their hand and help them up. And it doesn't do much, but it does give them more subscribers. So I'm very fortunate to be able to help people. Have you eaten squirrel, or would you? Yes, I'd eat squirrel, properly cooked, not just cooked over a fire. You just killed it and then you cooked it. I wouldn't eat that. Have you? Let's see. It's good. You still do collabs, people. Yep. So anyway, I try and do YouTube, unlike others. A lot of you say that I copy recipes or all that stuff. Just to let you know, in the world of cooking, okay, if the New York Times prints a recipe that sounds good to me, it's no longer their recipe. Once you publicly, you cannot trademark a recipe. I don't know if you guys knew that. You cannot protect a recipe. For example, if I post my barbecue sauce, how to make it, it's no longer mine. It's yours. You could make it. You could sell it. You can do whatever you want to it. So there is no such thing. I've already consulted with lawyers over all the years I've been cooking. You cannot protect a recipe. That's why it's so important that you have non-disclosure agreements. If you have a jelly or pickles that you pickle, or you do something special, you make a food product, but recipes cannot be protected like songs. So when I see a recipe that's in a magazine and I do it, I try not to do recipes. I don't see recipes in video because I don't watch other channels. But I look for printed ones. Like, I love the old time cookbooks. They refer to food I've never heard of or measurements I've never experienced. Those are the cool ones. I got a Jewish cookbook that's 50 years old. That one's cool. I may do something out of that one soon. You don't see that a lot with other big YouTubers. Have you ever smoked? Thank you, Cody Lee. I appreciate it. Have you ever smoked venison? Yes. Venison's really good. The best way to cook venison is jerky. I have a teriyaki lime venison video, and teriyaki and lime are amazing on venison. All my hunter friends said when I moved to Tennessee and I paired their venison, they all sent me their deer, and they're like, this is the backstrap. I think it's backstrap. That's like the best part of it. So we would slice it thin and we would make teriyaki lime venison jerky. And they said it's the best venison jerky they've ever tasted because the lime in it breaks down because venison's very lean. Remember, if you grind up venison, grind in fat, beef fat, pork fat, whatever. If you're making like sausages or you're making whatever, you're using one of those guns that you shoot out a tube of meat. Do you have a dog? I did have a dog. We will someday, after Jack Jr. leaves, get a dog, Tammy and I. We're probably going to go with a beagle again, just like the dog we had, Cupcake. We really enjoyed that. We really enjoyed that breed. Jack, do a medieval recipe. It's funny. I have cookbooks for Game of Thrones. I have cookbooks for Harry Potter. I have cookbooks for Sons of Anarchy. It's like every big show came out with a cookbook. I will look in for a medieval recipe. I've done mulled wine. I don't know if that's medieval. I remember a Smurf episode where the giant make rock soup. He added salt and pepper to the cauldron. Yep, the Coca-Cola ingredients are protected. Hijack, everything I'm doing, pastries on your channel. Being a diabetic and doing pastries does not go together. Being diabetic and doing keto videos, that makes sense. I'm not strict keto because I got to be careful. Also, my doctor said that you can be careful being in ketosis too long, or I don't remember what he explained to me about going into a coma or something. I don't want to mess with that. But I do believe sugar is the devil, and you should try to stay away from it as much as possible. If you name your dog Cupcake, I will. Oh, I already named it. She died, but her name was Cupcake. He leans keto. Jack, did you ever do a Indian food? Thank you, Jim, by the way, for saying I lean keto. Jack, did you ever do an Indian food recipe? I believe I have. I don't know, but my buddy's going to send me. He just said he's going to send me Rohan. He's going to send me one, and I expect it to be a good one. He seems like a really nice person. The air fryer chicken he sent me, that video, looked really good. So I expect it to be delicious. So we may do. I just did the curry chicken salad. I'm not saying that's Indian. Working with curry is getting closer to Indian cooking. Maybe I'll do something once again like curry. There's a lot to do with curry, and I don't know curry that well. Red curry, yellow curry. There's different types. Wow, I'm way over time. All right, guys, I've yapped enough. Wow, Coma doesn't sound good. Didn't know keto was that dangerous. No. I'm not trying to scare you from keto. The thing is, I have to be careful because going into a diabetic coma, if my sugar numbers go too high or too low, you can fall into a diabetic coma. Diabetes is dangerous, not keto. Okay, so and other people have told me that's not true. You can't have a coma by doing keto, and so I've heard both sides. I have not done my research. Jack, have you ever done shrimp on the barbie? No, I have not. I did your chicken curry salad. It was very good. Thank you, Stinky. Thank you very much. Jack, what would be the best air fryer for large parties? All right, the one I recommend is the you got to get the Vortex from Instant Pot. It's an air fryer. You want 10 quarts or larger, or you can get the one I kept is the Master Chef. It's 10 and a half quarts. Don't go small. It's 10 or plus. Sam, the cooking guy, reminds me a lot of your channel. He tries to make recipes as simple as possible. You should check out his channel when you have time. You might get some cooking ideas from him. That's why I don't watch cooking shows. You are so sweet. I bet this guy's a wonderful person, but the last thing I want to do is what somebody's already done a video. There's no, my brother's writing a book. He's a computer programmer, and he's writing a book on programming. And he said to me, he said, Jack, nobody's written this book. If I knew somebody had written this book, I never would have wrote it. I would not write it. I don't want to do something that's already out there. So that's kind of like how I feel about video recipes. I'm trying to document as long as I'm on the earth, as many recipes as I can, so that you guys have good instructions, good step-by-step in video format. So you can see what a rolling boil looks like. You can see what a good sear looks like. You can see what, certain ways of cooking. The problem with cooking channel is, and the Food Network is, they're so worried about the pretty faces they got that they never show the food. I'm like, no, yeah, let's see what you're cooking. I don't tune in. I don't tune in to Rachel Ray because I think she's pretty. I tune in because I like what she's cooking. I don't tune into any of them. Let's see. Why don't you watch cooking shows and recipes you've already done? I don't know. I don't watch. Why don't you watch cooking shows of recipes you've already done? I've watched my recipe videos again, but I'm not sure what you mean. If some other channels have done my recipes, I don't know, so I can't really watch them if I don't know. Mussels on the barbecue, very good. Interesting. Never thought of that. All right, guys, I'm gonna bid you adieu so I can let you go enjoy your Saturday. I don't want to yap all day. You guys are the best. Thank you for the time. Let me check real quick. That would be painful. Other YouTube chefs need to stop copying Jack's recipes. Is Rachel Ray on YouTube? I don't know if Rachel Ray's on YouTube, but I used to watch her on TV. And then she went to the mainstream and got a little quirky. Not the same person that I fell in love with in the very beginning. And it's very important that you review yourself. Great show, Jack. I'll see you, CJ. It's important that you review whatever you do. I don't care if you're a shoemaker. I don't care if you're a dress designer. I don't care. Whatever your company does, review what you do and bring it back to the reason you started doing it. Bring it back to the roots. We all veer no matter what. Jack, can I order your gourmet sauce on Amazon? No, we're no longer on Amazon. All right, guys, I love you, and I will have to say goodbye. We've been on way too long, and I apologize. You guys have been a blast. These questions have been amazing. I love this Q&A days. I forgot what the title of the video was, but oh yeah, is it November yet? Yeah, I just want everything to go back to normal. Me, I'm not changing. I'll do what I need to do. If I got to wear a mask by law, I'll wear a mask by law, and all that stuff. Just because I'm wearing a mask doesn't mean I'm happy about it, but I want to be respectful. So anyway, guys, be respectful, love each other, and I will see you next Saturday. Take care. We're going to end the stream right there. And then we will go